Hey guys and welcome. 343 yesterday released an article detailing all of the brand new game modes that are coming to Halo Infinite Season 2 on May the 3rd and beyond. So some of them sound really promising, and I'm really happy to confirm that they're not all Slayer modes. There are plenty of other party games and more fun modes coming to multiplayer as well, which is a massive breath of fresh air. Now in Season 2, people will now have the chance to enjoy Halo Infinite casually in party game modes, rather than consistently sweating their tits off in the likes of Slayer modes and other things like that. So thank you 343. This is going to change the game. Anyway, today we're going to detail the list of all the modes coming to Halo Infinite, a little bit of a description around them as well, because there are some brand new ones coming that we've never seen before, and some really exciting ones that could be teasing a possible game mode coming in the next couple of months. So very exciting about that as well. But leave a like, guys, if you are brand new to the channel, and also if you like the content, subscribe as well for brand new content coming pretty much every single day. But let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's start off with a list of game modes that we can expect on day 1 coming to Halo Infinite Season 2. So there are 3 that we're going to start with, and then we'll go into more of the party game modes a little bit on into the video, because they'll be coming a little bit later into Season 2. But anyway, starting off, we've got King of the Hill, which we know from previous modes. However, it has been changed ever so slightly in Halo Infinite. One called Land Grab, which sounds very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to playing this as well. And Last Spartan Standing, which is the one I mentioned at the start that could be teasing a bigger mode coming later on in the year. Now, yes, only 3 gamers to start with, which can be a bit of a negative for a lot of people, but there are a lot more coming by the sounds of it as well, and they sound like a lot of fun. But anyway, let's get into these 3 modes, give a brief explanation of what they are, what they're about, and then we'll get on to more of the party game modes as well. So the first one, of course, King of the Hill. Many of us are aware of what this mode is, and it's probably been there in Halo since the dawn of time, from the likes of Halo 3 and beyond. So anyway, it's essentially one objective, or hill in this case, which the team must try and capture to win the game, and you get different points and things like that. And it has been changed ever so slightly in Halo Infinite, so we'll just go over the changes that have been made in this version of the King of the Hill. So each hill will now have a control meter. The teams can fill their control meter when occupying the hill when it's uncontested, so when it's only your team on it or only their team on it. So if you're both on it, then the meter will not fill. When a team fills their control meter, they earn 1 single point, and the hill has a very quick capture time that can be paused by contesting. Hills quickly decay ownership back to neutral when unoccupied as well. The hills move only when a team has filled their control meter, winning that hill. Quick play, the first hill is always consistent, but all hills thereafter are randomized as well. So that's cool, gives the variation up. You can't predict where the hills are going to go, which I kind of like. Ranked as well, the entire hill sequence is consistent every single match, so that way you can be a bit more strategic about it and know exactly where you are in terms of rotating and stuff. And matches utilize the objective clock mechanic. Like Oddball, the match timer only depletes when the hill is unoccupied. So very similar to the likes of like Hardpoint in Call of Duty, where if you're off it or no one's contesting it, the timer will go down, but if someone's on it, the timer will stop and you fill your bar up. So it does work quite well. It's also important to note they did mention that the classic option for King of the Hill will be available in custom games. So if you guys don't really like it and you're doing a tournament of what source and you want to have King of the Hill on there in the classic mode, you can do that. Now moving on to Land Grab. Now, this is a bit of a throwback mode from Halo 2 and Halo 3, so just to briefly go over what Land Grab is, it's something that I've never really played before, and a lot of you guys may not have played it as well, so let's give you guys a brief overview. Once a player or a team catches a land grab zone, it disappears from the level, banking 1 point for the capturing team. This naturally whittles down each set of 3 zones towards a final zone crescendo towards the end. A new 3 zones set to begin to spawn in new positions around the map until one team reaches 11 points. So essentially what it means is that there are 3 zones based on one single map. These zones can be captured, so you have to capture all 3 zones, whether it's your team or the enemy team. Once all of the 3 zones have been completely captured and they disappear off the map, 3 more zones will spawn on the map in random different locations. So that's essentially what happens. It's the first team to reach 11 captures of those zones to win the game. So that's essentially what Land Grab is. And this will be available on, I presume, pretty much all of the 4v4 maps, as well as maybe even BTB map. But yeah, very interesting as well, and it sounds a lot like a domination that moves in Call of Duty. So you have your 3 flags, you'll capture them, and then when you capture all 3, then it moves to a different location. So sounds pretty cool. Anyway, let's move on to the final one, and that is Last Spartan Standing, by far the best sounding one in this list. And I'm really excited to see how this goes and how the mechanics of this game work, because it could open up to something massive in the future. We had a ton of fun developing Last Spartan Standing. As a designer, the box for this mode was the seasonal theme, Lone Wolves, as well as featuring our new big team battle map, Breaker. To me, that screamed building something that was all about you versus everyone else, and leveraging the larger play space available in BTB. Now, this game mode is essentially a free-for-all on big team battle maps with a smaller player count, where you essentially have a zone which comes in from the outside of the map and pushes you into one location somewhere on that big team battle map. And it probably sounds like it to you at the moment. It's basically a mini battle royale mode that's going to be in Halo Infinite, featuring just on the big team battle maps. So I believe we've got 3 big team battle maps at the moment to be able to play and jump in and play Last Spartan Standing on, and I'm really excited for it. We already know that Certain Affinity are developing a secret mode called Tatanka, or codenamed Tatanka, and people say that this is a mixture between Warzone and a Battle Royale mode, so I'm very excited to see where this mode goes, the reception of this mode, and if people do enjoy it, because if so, that's where they could open up to more of a generic Battle Royale in the future as well. So we'll have to see what Last Spartan Standing does bring, what the reception of it is, but yeah, a mini Battle Royale mode is coming to Halo Infinite in Season 2 on the big team battle maps. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on that. Now let's move on to some of the party game modes, and these sound really cool, and we need more party modes in Halo Infinite. The game is very sweaty in its current state because there's just not a lot of room to have fun on the game without sweating on a Slayer match or playing competitive. Custom games don't really work very well, so there's not really any room to have fun, capture good moments, or just generally play something other than Slayer. Now let's get into the 3 game modes that are coming, which are classed as party games, and they sound really cool. So the first one is Ninja Slayer. You've got an infinite ammo energy sword and a grapple shot loadout, with only grapple shots and power equipment on the map. What you do in this mode is swing around and hit people with swords. It sounds fun. It sounds really cool. I can imagine some of the plays on this mode are going to be really good as well, and I'm looking forward to playing this and giving it a go. The next one is called Vampire Ball. This is something that I was inspired to try after a long-winded post I made about Oddball on Reddit, and it drummed up some interesting discussions. In this Oddball mode, the skull carrier is no longer nerfed. Instead, the skull is a one-hit kill and it has a 50% additional shield when you get a kill with it, essentially. So if you score a kill with a skull at full shields, say, it bleeds you into an overshield. So I don't know how this one's going to play out. It's like Oddball, but it's not like Oddball, and we'll see how this one plays out. This one doesn't really seem too much like a party game as such, but I'm sure it's something we can have a lot of fun in. And again, it's a variation, something different, isn't it? So I do welcome it into the game. And the final one is called Rocket Repulsors. This is where you get infinite ammo in your rocket launcher and repulsors, with only repulsors and power equipment around the map as well. This might be a good time to remind everyone that you can deflect things like rockets with repulsor equipment, or even super jump yourself upwards to avoid an explosion. I think this one will be a lot of fun as well, utilising equipment in these modes, and I like the fact that they're doing this also. It seems as a theme with these party game modes, with all of the 3 we've spoken about, all of them do feature equipment quite heavily. Ninja Slayer with a grapple shot, Vampire Ball with the overshield, and then of course Rocket Repulsor, utilising the repulsors also. I'm looking forward to trying them out. I just want Infection, man. I don't know why they're holding Infection off. Is that going to be the big Season 3 seller where we get Forge and we get all of these cool things? Oh, and you get Infection with it as well. Or is that going to be something that they're going to add later on into Season 2? I just want Infection to play. It's the only mode that I would ever play. Please, 343, give me what I want. Please, I've been waiting so long. But guys, what do you think of Season 2 and the content coming for it in terms of the game modes, the 2 maps that are coming, the armor sets which look really cool, and just generally the storyline as well? Apparently the Season 2 storyline is going to feature 2 multiplayer missions or quests that you can do within the training area or arena on multiplayer as well, with Spartan Arena and also the other Spartans around that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the story progresses, and also just generally to play something that's a bit new, really. But anyway guys, leave a like if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you're brand new for more content coming. Speak soon guys, and take care.